Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. We're live. This is MUFC Transfer Talk. This is the 9th episode. And now, today, we are talking about Fabinho of Monaco yet again. Yesterday, when we were looking at Victor Lindelof potentially becoming Manchester United's first signing, we were wondering whether Morata, Fabinho, Perisic, would one of those be the next one through the door. That's what we were all thinking. And today we've got some further rumours and developments in regards to Fabinho. We've got some more talk about Perisic and Alvaro Morata as well. So keep it locked to McKola TV through the day. And as you guys are saying in the comments, can we get to another 800 viewers while we are on live again? Can we do it? Can we hit that record? Yesterday we had just under 800 live viewers. We've already got over 100 today. Hit that like button if you're in the house, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. Like Ronak says, he has just joined. Welcome to you newcomers, welcome to you old timers, and of course thank you for joining us here on McKola TV. If you're watching this later on because you missed the live stream, then no bother, just relax and you enjoy all the talk. We'll bring you what's going on in the newspapers and what's going on online in the rumours regarding to players such as Perisic, Fabinho, Morata, Lindelof, etc. So make sure you keep it locked, and in MUFC Transfer Talk 9 we'll keep you up to date on all of that, as well as answering some of you guys in the comments. So whatever questions you've got in relation to those or even other transfers, get them in and we'll answer them as well. But the first thing we're going to talk about today is Fabinho. Now, my opinion of Fabinho yesterday, and I'm going to get some of your opinion on Fabinho today, was that I was warming to the idea of Man United signing him. I heard about the price. I heard about the player obviously wanting to come to Manchester United, and I thought, I hope these rumours develop because he's a top signing. Central midfield, right back, he can cover either of those positions, would fill a great hole in the squad, and of course can continue to develop and grow as a player at Manchester United. He's only 23 years old. So I was warming to the idea of signing Fabinho, although I have said on MUFC Transfer Talk before, we have to be wary with all these rumours because he has been linked to Manchester City as well. And you never know, some of these rumours that are coming out could just be a case that they're trying to get negotiations over the line with another club. So we have to keep that in mind too. But I was warming to the idea because I do think Fabinho is a decent player. Anyway, we wake up today and we get news about Fabinho, except it's this, something that I didn't see coming. Man United boss Jose Mourinho was ruled out a move for Monaco star Fabinho. Now I'm reading this from the Mirror, but this is everywhere else as well. Now Nazboy says it's a solid midfielder. Fabinho says, Oyan says, is he EPL material? And I think he is. Ose is joining for the first time live, and thank you very much. And Fabinho is quality, says John. So cheers, mate, for getting involved, and of course for getting your opinion on Fabinho. Oyan says Verratti over Fabinho. For him, I doubt we'll get Verratti. It does seem like he may have the option of Barcelona, so I doubt he'll be coming to Manchester United. But anyway, United boss rules out a move for Monaco star Fabinho. Now, you would have read this if you read the Mirror website, the Mirror newspaper, and of course, elsewhere online. It's been reported everywhere. And it comes from something that was in the Manchester Evening News, which says, it is understood that he will not pursue a deal for Fabinho and could make a move for Chelsea midfielder Nemanja Matic or Tottenham star Eric Dier. Now, please, for fuck's sake, I do not want Eric Dier at Manchester United. Matic would be a decent signing. But this is coming from the Manchester Evening News. Now, we have to take that with a pinch of salt because the Manchester Evening News aren't always spot on. They get a lot of things wrong. Victor says Fabinho, Herrera, Pogba would be a good midfield three. What are your guys' thoughts if it is true what the Manchester Evening News are saying? Who would you want to target for that central midfield area or that, that utility player role? Who do you think Manchester United could sign? Aiden says hit that like button, and yes guys, if you haven't already, hit that like button. Agusia says Mirror is not the most reliable source. Of course it isn't the most reliable source, and we do of course take everything that we read online with a pinch of salt, and of course the Mirror took this from Manchester Evening News, which is even less of a reliable source. So even then, as we say, take this with a pinch of salt. But that is the reports today, that Fabinho is not wanted by Mourinho or Manchester United. I don't want Eric Dier, who is also being linked to United, although Matic is okay. Fuck Tottenham, says Ethan. Random. Timbo, says Glenn Maloka. I like that. I like that. Prash says Fabinho is coming. He's still confident that Fabinho will come through the door. Now let's check what's going on online tonight with Fabinho to Manchester United. We've got over 250 people in the house at the moment as well. Thank you all for joining us, guys. Today we're talking Fabinho, Perisic, Morata, Lindelof, and much, much more. Hit that like button if you're in the house. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We're closing in on 32,500 subscribers. We've had a great growth in the last day or two. So thank you very much to all you new subscribers as well. Make sure you keep it locked to McKola TV. We'll have plenty more coming for you throughout the summer. Of course, tomorrow I'm live at 9:30 a.m. as well, because the fixtures are released tomorrow. Mike Keegan from the Daily... Where's he from? From the Daily Mail is reporting there's nothing to the Fabinho to United links. And there's a few other people saying that as well. Although there are other reports that United are in discussion with Fabinho's reps. And that was coming from the not so reliable Malakians. Is that how you pronounce his name? I'm not sure. But he has been wrong on things in the past. Look, I know people may get information from certain people. Even journalists get information from certain people, and they may trust that information, or, you know, something may actually be happening and then it stops and they look wrong. But a lot of these people that are saying Fabinho isn't on aren't very reliable. But at the same time, the people that said it was on aren't very reliable either. So there may be nothing in this one, guys. Although I was warming to the idea of Fabinho in a Manchester United shirt. DiMarzio was pretty good, says Amrit, and I do agree with that as well. Do you think we'll struggle to get top 4 next season, Adam, says Jack? No, I don't. Fellaini, lol, says Paul Prentice. He's been linked with a move away from United this summer to Turkey, but I don't think we'll see the back of Marouane Fellaini this season. Renzo, how you doing, mate? Thank you for getting on in the comments. What about United announcing Fabinho yesterday and deleting it, says Punya? That is absolute bollocks if I've ever heard something. Guys, you've got to make sure you don't get duped in the transfer window. Like I said, when we discuss transfer rumours here, I might say I like a player, but I'm not necessarily buying into the rumours. We can't buy into all these rumours. And you've got to make sure you don't get caught in with all these photoshops and shit that go down in the summer. People have a lot of time on their hands. School's out, colleges out. People are chilling at home, making these things to get a few retweets, because they know in a few months' time everybody would have forgotten about it, and they can still pipe on about how they're in the know and they get everything right. So just be careful. Don't be duped in by these photoshops and shit like that. Nangalan is trash. I don't want him, says Sam. I think Nangalan's alright, to be fair, but don't think he'll come to Manchester United. Who has he been linked with recently? I'm sure I can remember his name being linked with Chelsea. Let's have a look. He has been linked to Man United because of the comments he made, but there's nothing else in it apart from those apparent comments from Nangalan. We've got almost 300 guys in the house at the moment. Guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, whatever. 300 of you in here at the moment. Thank you all for getting involved. Hit that like button as well. Why are we so obsessed with buying Perisic, says Victor? I don't know if we are. It's the first summer we've been linked with him, and it may be a move that happens. It may be a move that don't happen. We have got more on that in the day. But of course, that Fabinho story comes from the Manchester Evening News, but it has been reported everywhere else as well, including the Daily Mail and the Mirror, who say that Fabinho is not a target for Manchester United. We'll wait to see what happens with that one. In the Independent, we've got Manchester United confident of Ivan Perisic deal with Inter Milan under increasing pressure to sell the £50 million winger. Now, he's not a £50 million winger in my opinion, although he may be valued at that by Inter Milan, who are trying to crank the pressure up and crank the bids up for Ivan Perisic. We heard Paris St Germain were interested in him. We spoke about that yesterday as well. And even Perisic has come out and said he's hugely keen and excited to play for Jose Mourinho. Personal terms have been agreed as Man United look to add the Croatian wide player to the prospective signing of Alvaro Morata from Real Madrid over the next week. Mourinho is determined to get the Premier League club's highest business priority done by the start of July, and he understood that the main negotiation point that needs to be sorted in both deals is just the transfer fee. Real Madrid wants 78 million. Inter want 50 million. I'm expecting United could get Morata for around 60, 65. Perisic 30, 35 maybe. And I think that would represent good business in this day and age. Craig, don't panic, mate. You haven't missed much. All we've been talking about so far is the MEN's reports that Manchester United do not want Fabinho. We covered that a little bit, and we've said that coincides with all the flurry of rumours we've heard about Fabinho. No one seems to know what's going on with him. We've heard reports of him going to City in the past. We've heard reports of it being confirmed he's going to United. Then we've heard reports United don't want him. And we've heard loads in between as well. So that's as it stands with Fabinho in the press at the moment. But as I said, we have to take it with a pinch of salt because the MEN, the Mirror, the Mail, they're not usually reliable. And also the people that have reported that Fabinho has been confirmed to Man United, they aren't reliable either, so we just have to relax on that one. As for Ivan Perisic, that seems to have a little bit more in it. United seem to have offered around 30 million, holding out because Inter Milan need to take some sort of fees in this summer. Now they want 50 million, as the Independent are reporting as well. And it seems with both the Perisic and Morata deals, we just need to get the fees nailed down. That's what we're hearing here again as well in the Independent. The fact both players are so keen on the move strengthens United's hand. There's still a significant difference of around 15 million in what United are willing to pay for Perisic and what Inter want. But the Italian club also face pressure from the other side, given that they need to bring in 26 million before the end of June to comply with financial fair play regulations. As I've been saying before, United are holding out maybe till the end of June on this Perisic one. We could see a case that United just wait. We've got no reason to force it through now. Obviously, pre-season doesn't start for a while. United could just wait to get that £30 million, £35 million deal done for Ivan Perisic. And I wouldn't blame them as well because that £50 million fee that has been quoted is far inflated. Obviously, we see inflated fees all over the gaff at the minute. Fees all over the gaff that are inflated, but that one is as well. And if Inter want 50 million, crazy. If they need 26 million to comply with FFP regulations by the end of June, then I wouldn't be surprised if United wait on that £35 million offer. So that's where we are with Ivan Perisic. What are you guys saying on Ivan Perisic? I'm going to dive into some of your comments now as well. We've got over 330 people in the house at the moment. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button as well. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. As I said, I'm aiming for 40k before the season starts. So we've got till middle of August to hit that 40k. And at the moment, we're on 32,447. So please, guys, if you haven't subscribed, do hit that subscribe button so we can keep climbing right then back into the stories. And it seems like Victor Lindelof will seal United transfer in the next 48 hours. It's deemed and it's been said and reported everywhere, including in the Scum, where I'm reading this from at the moment. It's due to complete his transfer to United in the next 48 hours after Sweden's friendly against Norway. United and Benfica have agreed a deal of up to 35 million for the Swedish international. He will then have a medical, sign his contract and have pictures with the United jersey ready for the announcement on social media and the club's website. Now, we know Manchester United made that announcement on the weekend, Saturday. They made that announcement in regards to Victor Lindelof joining Manchester United. It just needed personal terms and a medical done. Now, after Sweden take on Norway, it'll be an ideal time for him to fly into Old Trafford, fly into Carrington, do his medical and get on with it. Get on with being a Manchester United player. It looks like Victor Lindelof will be the first one through the door. Jerka says, Perisic, no thanks. Ninjask anything? I agree with you, mate. Kane goal says North Star. I guess you guys are watching the England game. Probably why we've got less people in the house today. I just remembered that international football is on. As you can guess, guys, I fucking hate international football. And it's a friendly today, isn't it? Who are England playing? France. And they're winning. Fucking hell. That's a shock, innit? Harry Kane with the goal. Only Phil Jones from United in the England starting 11. Pogba's starting as well. Fair fox to them. Subscribe, share and like. Love the show, says Sion. Thank you very much. Kiko Makeda is the surprise sign. He says, Alex, that would be a fucking surprise. What about Morata? Says Eloracian. I've probably said that wrong, but guys, I do apologise. Della says, Marco Verratti, you guys. Now, mate, Della, Verratti would be a top signing, but it's not going to happen, is it? Let's be real. There's a reason why he hasn't been linked with the club. Our doctor's back. And I do know, guys, it's England 1, France 0. I don't need all the comments coming through. So, Alvaro Morata, his agent has been in the press today. This story came out at 4:30, a couple of hours ago, on Sky Sports. And his agent confirms Man United have made an important offer. A very important offer, is in quotation marks, to try and buy his player from Real Madrid. United have been in talks with Real over the Spain striker for several weeks. And Sky in Italy reported last week they had seen a £52.4 million offer rejected. Madrid wants £78 million, as the Independent have reported as well. Now you'd assume, given that the Independent have reported that Sky are reporting that, everywhere else is reporting that has probably come around from a leak. United are understanding to be confident of landing the forward, not for the 78 million, for a lower negotiated fee. And his agent, speaking to Italian online publication Calcio Mercato, has said it's a club with a lot of charm, a very interesting option. I can say that there's a very important offer, and the decision now rests with Real. I cannot tell if an agreement is close. We will see. I can confirm there has been regular contact with Milan until a few days ago. Quite simply, Real Madrid considered the offer from the Rossoneri unsatisfactory. So it looks like, from the comments made by Morata's agent, that United are in a one-horse race for Alvaro Morata. We're negotiating a fee, and it's up to Real Madrid to sort that fee, and that Morata has received a very interesting offer, and time will tell. So we need to just wait. We need to wait with this one, see what happens, see if the negotiations get sorted. But as I said, the guys will be reporting for July the 8th, I think it is, for pre-season training. So there's no rush yet. Now, Sky Sports also go on to say, if United fail to agree a deal for Morata, Sky in Italy understands they will try to sign Andrea Bellotti. Now, we know Sky are prone to bullshit. We know that, guys. We know that. Sky Sports are prone to bullshit. One of their sources is, of course, Guillem Balaguer. God love him, because nobody else does. He's an absolute awful pundit and awful source for transfer news. He never gets anything right. So, we have to take what Sky say with a pinch of salt as well. But that's what's going on. And they are reporting what has been said elsewhere, that Morata has agreed personal terms. Morata is waiting to see if Real Madrid accept the fee, but is happy to go to Manchester United. Paul Pogba, Morata, them two linking up again at Old Trafford. That sounds good, doesn't it? They had a very good link up at Juventus, and see them continue that at Old Trafford will be very, very interesting. The signing of Morata is probably my favourite out of the four. Someone asked me in the comments the other day, out of the four players we've been linked to, Perisic, Fabinho, Morata, Lindelof, which one excites me the most? And it would be Alvaro Morata, because I think he's an exciting player. He's different to the strikers that we have at the moment, and I really do like him. So, of course, he's not my first choice when it comes to striker signings, but I admire how he plays. I admire the way he does play football, scores goals. He's different to Rashford and Martial. So he's not going to stand in their way of developing as well. Della says, why not get both Bellotti and Morata? My fear if we got Bellotti and Morata would be, what about Rashford and Martial? Those two guys deserve to be playing. I see people on Twitter and that doing all these starting 11s for next season. And Rashford and Martial are hardly in anything. And I'm thinking, what the fuck are you guys on? What are you guys on? We cannot be replacing Rashford and Martial. We need to give them the opportunities to flourish. Abdullah says Morata or Lukaku. Now, Lukaku, if we go with Lukaku, we have to go to supplying him. So that's going to be very much like when we had Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And then when we brought Zlatan Ibrahimovic out of the team, we played better football because the whole team was playing. And I think Morata would fit in with that more. Whereas with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and if Lukaku played leading the line as a number 9, out and out number 9, it'd change the style of football that we do have. So that's important. Dubsy the Dubsy says, Rashford is not a number 9. He is a number 9. He can play up front. He's a number 9. Is he a number 10? No. Is he a winger? No. He's a number 9. Lukaku is Chelsea bound, says Korshik. I do agree with you as well. Seems like he will end up at Chelsea. Joel says 2 up top. Although I would like to see that, it's unlikely. We're more likely to play with a deep holding number 10 and a number 9. Or one number 9. We're not going to play with 2 up front. That's unrealistic. Maybe in a game or two we will. Run. Don't worry, I can see you, mate. I can see you, mate. Thunder Hobo King is talking absolute wetness in the comments. No wonder he's got a name like that. Hold a block. What if Real Madrid's fax machine breaks and we fail to sign Morata, says Ron? Well, hopefully we won't be leaving it till last minute like they did with David De Gea. We'll be getting any deal done and dusted way before then. So guys, just to recap what we've been talking about as we head into the last 10 minutes of today's MUFC Transfer Talk. It's obviously been a quieter one than it was yesterday, but I do thank you guys for joining in and plugging in. And of course, you guys that are joining in later, thank you for watching back. So, basically, where are we? Fabinho, the move has been ruled out by Manchester Evening News, Daily Mirror, Mail. All those guys are ruling out Fabinho to Manchester United, which could have something in it, but also they aren't very reliable. Then Morata, his agent's been talking about a very important offer from Man United, but it's now up to Manchester United to accept the bid, get a bid accepted with Real Madrid. So that's where we are with that one. Lindelof's medical is due this week, so we should be getting that done very soon. And Perisic, this one could drag on to the end of June. If they don't accept an offer before then, we know by the end of June they need to be in line with their FFP, their FFP stuff. So they are going to be £26 million in a hole. So we're just holding tight with this £30-35 million bid, hoping that they crack and accept it. Craig says, is this 8 p.m. daily? It's going to be 8 p.m. most days of the week, maybe Monday to Friday, but I will do the occasional weekend one as well. There's a lot of good options at DM, so Fabinho isn't the end of the world, says Cowtoy. How is Memphis doing, says Abdullah? I'm not too sure, I haven't been watching him. I did watch him a little bit towards the end of the season in France, but obviously most people are in pre-season now. Agusia, thank you very much for the kind comments, and of course, thank you very much for getting involved because I do this all for you guys. Good in France, says Victor. I will be tuning into the game in about 6-7 minutes when I log out of here. Januzaj leaving, says Zayn. Yes, it does look like Januzaj could be leaving. There's been a number of clubs linked with him. Real Sociedad, Celtic have been linked with him. Who do you think will sign Adnan Januzaj? If you were Adnan Januzaj, who would you sign for? Real Sociedad or Celtic? Daniel Darude says take a cola. And you know what? I'll do just that. That was right on cue, that comment was. You will see what a number 9 looks like when Morata comes, says Dubsy. Now look, mate. I know they're different styles, but they both can play number 9. They're both number 9s. Obviously, Rashford is a different style of number 9, but he still runs in behind defenders. He still controls the flanks. He can still run through deep. So, I think you're underestimating Rashford's abilities a little bit. Because if he isn't a number 9, what is he? He's not a number 10. He's not a winger. Yes, he can play out wide, but that's not his main position. Brand says Celtic. It could be good for his confidence, Celtic, because they're going to win every single game. Ben Lewis says, what about getting linked with our own players? That was funny, wasn't it? Getting linked with Joel Pereira by Sky Sports. What a bag of morons there. Who's going to do that? And also, did you see Ray Wilkins talking absolute bollocks? Was it Ray Wilkins? About Victor Lindelof and Michael Keane. Look, fair enough if you think Michael Keane should have got signed by Man United. But to discredit Victor Lindelof, who at 22, 23 years old has been playing for Sweden and won a couple of leagues in Portugal, is an absolute disgrace. Michael Keane won a championship. That's it. And one good season in the Premier League. Victor Lindelof has been doing it at a higher level for a longer time. So that's so disrespectful. And it's just, oh, what a moron. Why are these guys getting paid so much money? Fair enough, they used to be footballers and they used to be this or that or whatever, hold a position at a club. But they talk absolute bollocks. Just because they've kicked the ball around professionally doesn't mean they know much about football. Lennon, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. I have a better first touch than Lukaku, says Abdullah. Martial is a joke, says Fer. I hope you mean that in a positive sense because he definitely is a joke. Ray Wilkins is a tosser. He loves Chelsea, says North Star. Zed Lasbus, sorry. Thanks for getting involved. If we are playing 4-3-3 next season, who will pair up with Pogba and Herrera, says Ron. Interesting one. I'm not too sure. I hope Timothy Fosu-Mensah gets a few opportunities though. Football Terrace is in the house. Thank you very much for getting involved, mate. Hope you're well. Should get Blind to play at CDM instead and save 50 million. I would love Daley Blind to get an opportunity in the team, you know. And it's nice to hear rumours that Manchester United are going to be keeping a hold of Daley Blind because he's so underrated as a footballer. His reading of the game is incredible. His passing's fantastic. Yes, he's not a natural centre-half, but even when he does play at centre-half, he does a job. And I think Daley Blind is so underrated as a Man United player, and particularly in that Europa League run towards the end of it as well. He played a massive part and he was great in the final too. Yanazai to Marseille, says Akash. Pedro's watching from USA. Nice one, Pedro. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you guys out in the USA very soon. No, please today, says Subilov. No, it's a good day in the hood today. Dubsy to Dubsy. I love you too, mate. Adam, you would take Chico as a surprise signing, says Breen. I've been asked about Chicharito coming back to Manchester United before. Now look, towards the end of his time here under David Moyes, I felt he was a little bit of a knobhead. I felt he was a little bit of a bitch. And I felt he disrespected the club a little bit. But he was fantastic for Man United, coming off the bench, scoring goals. His first touch was poor. His second touch was a tackle. He couldn't really pass. He had downsides to his game, which is why he wasn't starting week in, week out. And he shouldn't have been expecting to start week in, week out. But he could get a goal. And like Jose said, he would have got bags of goals for us last season because that's just what we needed. Someone to come on and stick the ball in the net. And he does that. If he was the surprise signing, I wouldn't mind. But I was a little bit disappointed with the way he left Manchester United in that David Moyes era. But look, David Moyes, yeah, pissed off a lot of people. So you kind of understand it as well in hindsight. Mustafa says he would love to see him back. Matic as an option, says Just Banter. I would like Matic. I think he's a good player as well. But if he doesn't sign, again, it's not the end of the world. They're saying we struck a deal with Hammers, says Myth K. I can't see us signing James Rodriguez, you know. I'm just really, really sceptical about that one. Today, I know his national team coach has been coming out saying he should leave to be playing more football. But I just can't see us signing James Rodriguez. I've said it countless times. He doesn't look like a Jose Mourinho signing. He doesn't look like a player that Jose Mourinho would sign for Manchester United. He doesn't fit in with what he demands of his players. I love him. I think he's great. I think he gets goals, gets assists, scores free kicks, can take corners. He can do it all, playing a number of positions in behind the striker. But I don't think Jose is going to sign him. Craig says Matic can fuck off. Why do you hate Eric Dier, says Rexa? Just don't want him. I don't think he's great and I don't want him. We need Nangalan, says Roy Keane. He does look like a dirty bastard, innit? It'd be quality. Boiling piss all over the place. Are we in the race for Benjamin Mendy, says Soren? I don't think so. Don't want Chelsea players better out there, says Jim Jimerson. And following Football Whispers, is it legit, says Ron? Don't think so. Hardly think any of these transfer accounts are legit, to be honest. And if they were, they wouldn't be giving it away for free online. Hammers isn't United, says Kogi. Nangalan isn't a CDM, says Ravi. Give a shout out to Red Devil fans from Nepal, says Adam. Says Amal. I'm Adam. Shout out to you guys in Nepal. Shout out to you guys everywhere, whether you watch this in Mumbai apologies about that, guys. As I was saying, thank you very much to all you guys that have got involved with the live stream today. You guys are absolute legends. If you're watching this back later on today, because you were watching the international football and all that, then thank you very much for watching it back. Of course, you not watching it live doesn't mean I don't love you any less. But thank you all for being involved. Thank you for listening to the chat today. And get your comments in below on the latest news regarding Fabinho, Morata, Lindelof, and of course Perisic. I will be back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. live on Adam McKola TV to discuss the Premier League fixtures. Tonight, I'll be on Full Time Devils at 11 p.m. and tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'll be on Full Time Devils as well as the fixtures come out, and then I'll be on live on Adam McKola TV as well. So thank you guys for joining us. I'll see you later, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Adam McKola. I'm out of here.